Vaccination site is reopening after a brief break. Following nearly 2 years as an OHSU-run site, it will now be operated by the Oregon Health Authority and become a no-appointment-needed drive-through clinic for both testing and vaccinations. That frees up Oregon Health and Sciences University to operate a drive-through testing clinic at a parking garage on the OHSU campus. In fact, they began serving people last week by appointment only. As is the case at the Expo Center, there's no charge, although if you have insurance, they will collect information and bill your insurer.
But there's never any out-of-pocket cost to a person needing testing. We don't require any identification or documentation. It's as low barrier as it can get.
Appointments here are available for Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. And OHSU is also adding a community vaccination clinic with the same hours starting Monday. It will be on the first floor of the university's Center for Health and Healing building that's in the South Waterfront.
Yep. First dose, second dose, third dose. We even, they're starting to recommend fourth doses for severely immunocompromised. And so, yes, we're able to do all of those.
OHSU says its 2 new clinics will add 1,000 more vaccinations and 1,100 more tests per week to what it already offers. And we can imagine the Expo Center site run by the state will be popular, especially for testing. And again, remember, no appointment needed. It's a lot of information. We've got it all spelled out for you at kgw.com. I'm Tim Gordon, KGW News.
Some local students and teachers will head back inside the classroom this week. The Omicron surge pushed many schools in reverse, sending kids and staff back home to learn online. But tomorrow, a handful will return to in-person learning. The latest is Jefferson High School in the Portland Public School District. Students will be back in the classroom again starting tomorrow. District leaders say they've been tracking the recent increase in COVID cases and looked at several factors to determine it was safe enough to return to schools. In a statement released by the school today, they say they're committed to keeping the school open for in-person learning, and each closure is made on a case-by-case situation. So far, just 11 of the district's 81 schools were impacted by the recent rise in cases. So here's a list of other schools that will go back tomorrow in our area. They include Alliance High School, Fabian Pre-K through 8, Franklin High, Ockley Green Middle School, and Roosevelt High School. You can find more at kgw.com. A new warning tonight about a popular tracking device from Apple. They're called AirTags, and they track the locations of common items like keys and wallets from your phone. But now police are warning people to be careful. Crystal Kumwe tells us why.
These small button-sized GPS devices are used to help you find misplaced belongings like keys or a wallet, and for some, even pets.
I can use my phone to ping him and track where he's at.
Faith Peavy-Houts puts an Apple AirTag on her cat's collar when he goes outside and can receive a ping when she needs to find him.
It's pretty easy.
But these small devices come with a warning.
Okay, so I think I'm being tracked.
On social media, people reporting finding AirTags that are not theirs.
I was being informed that there has been an AirTag that has been following me.
Tucked in right here.
Law enforcement agencies across the country are warning these AirTags can be used to track cars, allowing criminals to steal the vehicles once they're parked overnight.
I haven't seen anything like that in Washington County.
Detective Shannon Wild with the Washington County Sheriff's Office says while AirTags are newer, she's seen other GPS devices used in local cases.
Is typically in domestic violence or intimate kind of relationship stuff where one person wants to track the movements of the other person for whatever their goal is, whether that's to hurt the person.
When it comes to the AirTags, Apple will send your phone an alert if an unknown AirTag is detected, like this one that reads, "This item has been moving with you for a while. The owner can see your location."
As soon as you think that's happening, whether it's you get the notification that there's an AirTag nearby that's not yours, or you have someone showing up at somewhere where they shouldn't know that you are, like the grocery store or the hair salon or wherever that is, report that to law enforcement.
Android users can download an app called Tracker Detect. While these devices can be useful, they can also be dangerous in the wrong hands.
Definitely report it early. Don't second guess yourself. We don't want that to escalate to the point where we're going out to something really bad, like a homicide or something like that.
In Oregon, it's illegal for a person to use a GPS device on a vehicle if the car owner hasn't agreed or isn't aware of being tracked. I'm Christelle Kumwe for KGW News.
We're hearing from multiple business owners and managers today after a series of break-ins off North Williams Avenue in Portland. The series of break-ins overnight Friday has several of the businesses posting images of broken doors and other damage. Some of those include Reclamation, Blackthorn, Mercantile, Kyle's Ramen Bar, and Vein of Gold. In some cases, items have been taken. Other times, it just appears to be vandalism.
We work hard here, and to have this kind of hiccup and the cost of it, it's not cheap replacing commercial doors all the time, especially in these slow months, and with coronavirus kind of surging right now too. Business has been a lot slower.
As much as I'm upset about all of the damage toward me, I'm also very concerned for what that looks like when all of the small businesses can no longer afford to replace the damages and we all vacate. We already had kind of an idea of what that looked like during the pandemic when we all closed down. And I think that the community really came out for all of the small businesses during that time when we got to reopen. I do worry now that this is something the community can't continue to provide for us.
If you know anything about these break-ins, please contact Portland Police. When it comes to safety on the roadways, what grade would you give our area? A group of experts released their annual report card on road safety laws across the country. Oregon and Washington got a good rating, but as Chris McGinnis shows us, there's more work to be done.
Not enough is being done to reduce dangerous roadway behaviors.
When polled, 2/3 of Americans surveyed by the group Advocates for Highway and Auto Safety say just that.
This really serves as, the impetus for state legislators and governors, to pursue traffic safety upgrades. The public, when polled, wants them, and we need them.
The Alliance of Medical, Public Health, Law Enforcement, and Insurance Groups just issued their annual report card on road safety laws across the U.S. Oregon and Washington are among only 8 states receiving good ratings for enacting laws to make roads safer, such as impaired driving laws that encompass child endangerment, open containers, and ignition interlock devices for all offenders. But as the spate of road deaths peak at levels not seen in decades, both nationally and locally, the group is urging lawmakers to consider more. In Oregon, raising the driving age for an unrestricted license to 18 is one recommendation.
I don't think most families in the United States are ready to accept 18 years old for a student to be able to drive without an adult in the car.
Lois Lentz has taught a Pacific driver education for years.
And for adults people over 18 who learn to drive in the state of Oregon, there is no minimum amount of practice time. It's whenever they can pass the test is when they can get their driver's license. And I don't think that does them a great service.
She thinks more supervised time behind the wheel is a good thing for anyone new to driving. And for those of us with years behind the wheel, she stresses patience.
You can't drive fast enough to make an appreciable difference in what time you're going to get where you're going.
Americans still identify with driving.
We in the United States think of driving as a right. It's a privilege we grant to each other to make it easier for us to get where we want to go.
Chris McGinnis, KGW News.